Hello everyone, how are you? Hello everyone, how are you? All the people, very good afternoon, very good morning, a very good evening since people are joining from the various parts of the world. So, I welcome all of you to a very wonderful journey of the research paper writing. So, I Yes, hello all, hello, good afternoon. Okay, so let us begin this webinar. So this webinar, as you all know, is being conducted and coordinated by Research Graduate. So Research Graduate is a management consulting company wherein they help you to solve out your research queries, be it your topic selections, your proposal writing, your research paper writing, your statistical analysis, editing, proofreading. So you can understand that, be it at any stage of research paper writing you are at, be it at any profession you are in, like you are in academics, you are a teacher, you are a scholar, you are you are a beginner of research, be it whatever stage you are at, be it at whatever facade you are at, the research graduate is there to help you out. All right. Second thing is how to contact research graduates. So the details are right there in front of you. Okay, you can browse research graduate at the given website. You can get in touch with the research graduate with the email id, and you can also get in touch with research graduate with the given WhatsApp number. Okay, so here and said about the research graduate details. Now let's come about the details of the webinar. So this webinar goes around 90, 85, 90 minutes. See, I don't precisely count about the number of minutes. It can exceed 90, it can be 85 also. So don't worry about that. However, your question and answers will be catered. Don't worry about that also, that if 30 minutes are over, that your questions will not be answered. That too not an issue. Your questions will be answered completely. Your ppts and certificates, your recordings will be sent to you. Okay, everything will be sent to you on the given email id. Okay, one thing I would like to request all of you who have joined, particularly from the mobile phone of theirs, um, they might can have a issue on the video quality. So I would request, please, either if it is okay with them, to switch to a desktop or a laptop, just to have a better visual for the video quality. Otherwise, those who are already on a system, they can increase the video quality for the prescribed dimension which is mentioned in the screen. Another most important thing is, during this webinar we will be taking break after every 30 to 40 minutes, so that all of you get up from your seat, take a walk of 2 minutes, and then come back, because continuous sitting is not allowed for you and for me too. Okay, so after every 35 to 40 minutes we'll take a quick break of 2 minutes, and then we'll come back. Okay, all right, let us start the webinar today. That is research paper writing. Okay, now the question comes, and I'm sure that many of you who has been a part of this research journey with me, they must be knowing this, they must be aware about this fact, that what is research paper, right? They must be aware about this fact. So all those who already know it, very good. But all those who has a partial idea about it, that what is a research paper, who do not have a idea about it, what is a research paper. So in a nutshell, for all of them, let me tell you what is a research paper. Okay, so why I categorically took all these three section of people, because many of time what happen is that you guys say that this topic we know, that kindly don't stretch, or kindly don't say this, go on to the next topic or whatsoever. So I just wanted to make this thing very clear, that in this kind of webinar we have all the kind of audiences with us. Okay, the research acumen of all the people varies from each other, and the topics which we cover, the explanation which we cover, is designed in such a way that is suitable for all of you. Okay. And personally, in my opinion, I am in a firm believer that research should be taught in a very simpler way, because difficult way can be taught by various means, but to make research simpler is a very important thing, so that it can reach to the maximum people. Okay. Our point is to make research simple. Okay. Our point is to make research simple, not to make it more complicated. Okay. Now, coming back to defining what is a research paper. Now, a research paper basically, when you say what is it, so research paper, more often when you say that, when you are in PhD, or you are doing your MPhil, or even if you are a academician, quite often this word have come into your notice. You need to write a research paper, or somebody is writing a paper, or you yourself is writing a research paper. What actually a research paper is? So research paper is nothing but when you choose a topic and you start working on it. Now that working on it can be in a review based analysis, or can be when you're collecting data and you are analyzing that data. Okay, fine enough. That is particularly fine. Now, when you are analyzing that, either if it's a review paper or it's a qualitative analysis of any data collected, when you are collecting that data and you are preparing that report based on your interpretation. Okay. Because if you're not interpreting in your own words, it becomes a cut copy paste article, right? So when you are interpreting it in your own ideas, what you understand by it, it becomes your research paper. Okay. So what all information you found out from different sources, from different books, from different articles, from different journals, what all information you found out. Okay. And you then synthesize that, and then you collect that, you make it a report based on your interpretation, you give rise a research paper. Okay. So in a nutshell, if I make you understand, to all the people especially who are into a world of confusion, that my supervisor had asked me to write a research paper, my HOD had asked me to write a research paper, but exactly what is a research paper? Because I'm dependent on many other people to help me write a research paper. So for all of them, research paper is that writing, is that academic writing in which you give a detailed analysis. Firstly, you give a detailed analysis of any particular topic, and then you provide your interpretation on that. Okay, that becomes your research paper. Now, the topic can be of your choice, or rather, I should say that it should be of your choice, it should be of your area of interest, and it should be of your area of field in which you are working or you're teaching. Why I say that it should be of your area of teaching or working? Because many a times what happen is that when you discuss this in your what do you call as CV. Okay, in when you discuss this in your CV, that you have written a particular paper, you have written a particular research article, but that does not matches with your area of field or domain in which you're working, that gives a negative impression, that gives a negative uh, idea on the person who is interviewing you or who is reviewing your CV, that the paper you which on which you have worked on, the paper you or and the field in which you are working on, like for example you are teaching finance, and with somebody in collaboration you have written HR paper. So there is no match. So I'm just giving you a tip that just in a race to raise the number of article in your CV, just don't get into anything. If somebody say that I'm writing a marketing paper, and if you are a finance person, don't just collaborate. See that right kind of paper you are getting into. Okay, all right. Now this is basically, I have given maybe the picture, don't say that the picture is blur. Okay, just I have given a example of the research paper, how does it look like. So whenever you are writing a research paper, it tells you what is happening in that um, area when I say that current topic which you have chosen to work on. And then it tells you that what many a times what have actually happened in that topic. Okay, what has actually happened and what is actually happening, both the things. Okay, both the things, it tells you that how far the topic of the concern which you have take topic of the concern, that means on which you have chose to work on, is actually been progressing, what has happened and what has been happening on that topic. So how far the topic has been progressed so far, that you are been working in your research paper. Okay, so basically your research paper is elaborating on the various discussions, the topic you have chosen, what has happened, what is happening, and in the conclusion section of your research paper, which I'll be taking you through, you suggest that what can be the probable discussions which can take place in the future. Okay, all right. Now the question comes, why we write a research paper. There are various reasons. See, when you're doing a research PhD, needless to ask that why you want to write a research paper. It's quite obvious that why you want to write a research paper, because it's a mandatory thing. You need to write certain number of research paper, because that's a compulsion to obtain that degree in your course. Not just to obtain a degree of your see, if the slight clarity is not there, I would request you to kindly increase your video uh, experience, like 720. Okay, I would request you to kindly let me just, I hope now this helps. Okay, so why to write a research paper is primarily all those one before I move ahead, all those, yes, our team has just suggested please increase your video quality to 720p. And all those who are witnessing this, all those who are attending the webinar from phone, for them, can have the bad quality in video. So with phone, as always I say that your quality can be hindered. Okay, so it's a request to kindly join from a system. Okay, okay. So why we write a research paper is needless to say that it's a requirement from the course, and just don't they just take it from a requirement from a course only. And another thing is, like, since I am teaching currently in Dubai, so all those who are future aspirants, future teacher aspirants who would like to see themselves to teach outside abroad, not only in abroad, in India also, please focus on quality publications, quality research paper, Scopus Index or ADCB or Web of Science, whatever is suitable as per your topic, as per your domain of field of interest. Because why I'm telling you, because these paper publications, wherever you have published, what all your research the cycle is, plays a very important role in your job selection as well. Apart from your teaching credentials, your research credential nowadays also plays a very important role. Okay, this was a tip from my end. So please, all those who are into a process of research paper writing, you're doing very good, and please continue with that. Okay. Also, along with that, when you are writing a research paper, that that reflects into your quality teaching. That definitely reflects into your quality teaching, because as much as you write into your research paper, you are reading. Okay, you are reading different sources, you are reading different articles, you are reading different book, you are basically exposing yourself to the related literature of that topic. That means you are dwelling deep into that topic related to that paper. You are enhancing your knowledge into that, and that reflects into your classroom teaching. Okay, that reflects into your classroom teaching. Okay, so the point is that kindly continue with your research paper writing, because it's not only for your career advancement, it is also important for your teaching advancements. Okay. Okay. Yes. So whatever I have said, I have just make it into a snapshot, that why you should write a research paper. And also, all those who are into consultations, who are into academics, they must be knowing that when you are into research, so you can get into your way for consulting also. If you are into your research paper writing, uh, see, my internet quality is doing perfectly fine. All those who are not experiencing good quality in their end, my internet quality is perfectly fine. I can't comment upon their side. It's doing really fine here. Okay. So coming back to the people who are looking their careers into the consulting via academics, research paper writing contributes to a great extent for all of them. It's a very wonderful way, because this way what happen is that when you write into research paper, you develop your research acumen, you develop your statistical acumen. Okay, this way you get into the aspect of developing deep into the research side. Okay, so when you are into academics, let's say, obviously you are into academics for 3 4 5 years, obviously you can't get the consulting projects. But yes, when you are into the teaching into, let's say, considerable years of time, 12 12 13 years, so people do get the consulting projects. Into that, making paving a way for consulting projects, or getting into the organizations research projects, paving a way via research paper writing helps a lot. Okay, so yes, research paper writing is a multi-purpose helpful way, and it gives you a multi-purpose reasons that why you should do that. Okay, publishing a research paper, obviously it helps you to strengthen your CV. And I'm telling you from my personal experience, it does help you, no matter how good you are, how good you are, in terms of your teaching. It should reflect by the number of uh, papers you have published. Okay, you want to reach out to large number of people. With research paper, you can network with the people. Okay, somebody just said that he's working with consulting. I think he after the webinar or during the webinar, you can get network with each other. He can better tell you how correct I am. Okay, so when you network with people for writing research paper, you get to know the research acumen of various people, research interest of various people. Okay, so research paper basically tells you the uh, multi-aspect benefit of research side. Okay, you not only contribute academically, statistically, but also towards the organizations. These organizations, on the basis of your findings which you have presented into your research paper, they reach you out. They reach you out to discuss, to to have a better understanding about your research, so that you can contribute to their growth. So research not only is nowadays helping organizations, but it is also helping the academician, and they both are helping each other also. Yes. See, gone are the days when teachers, they were not able to coordinate or, collaborate with the organizations. They are doing, they are actually working hand in hand. Consulting project, research and development, and even guest lectures. So, strengthening your research side is very important, and that you can do when you are into research paper writing. Okay. Okay. Now, one thing very important which I'll tell you, that when you are doing your research paper, when you sit with your data, let's say one day finally you said that I want to write the paper, I want to work on my research paper. So what you have to do is, you have a lot of data with you. Okay. So one thing is very important is to get sorted with your data firstly. Okay. It's very important to get sorted with your data. Okay. So you collected a lot of information. Okay. The first and foremost thing is to, to begin with your research paper writing is to sort with your data. Many a times I have seen many researchers, many students of mine also, they have a lot of things, they have a lot of things to work on, they have a lot of data to work on, but the problem is that how to start with. Okay, how to start with, how to begin with, because they have a lot of information to work on. Okay, so what I suggest you is to clearly make your folders. And maybe to some of you it may sound childish that this is not to be discussed with, but trust me, trust me that by the end of it, if you do not do it, you only fall into the trap. You only the fall into your trap that which data to access you really don't get access to. Okay, you are lost into your own data. So kindly make the requisite data. I've just suggested that you can actually name the folder by site, you can name the folder by data, you can name the folder by date, but you can do it by other ways also, as and when you are comfortable. Okay, now comes the organization of the data. How to organize it is just for your uh, just for your better understanding. The way also I do, or I did my during my PhD days, just a decade back. Like, I have one variable, like I'll tell you the way I did. uh, oh, thank you. If the problem is fixed, thank you so much. Please increase the video quality. I From my end, I really can't do anything. Okay, coming back to organizing the data. This is the way I did in my end, during my PhD days, and when I do my research paper, because parallelly I'm writing many. So you can make one research paper. It is for those who are writing many. Make one folder by that paper name. Under that, variables. Under that, sub variables, interaction, analysis. So you have various folders of each subheadings. Now, it may sound that you may have various folders, but it will help you that you will only access the correct folder as and when needed. You will not shuffle between various folders. Okay, you will not shuffle between which folder to go with. You will just go to right folder. Okay, this is the way you can organize it. It was just my suggestion. You may have a different way also. Now coming to single or multiple papers. See, basically when you are having a idea, okay, when you are having an idea, so uh, the point is that you may write one paper also from that particular data, or you may write multiple paper also. Now you have data with you. Okay, you have data with you. Now, even if the slide is not visible, do not look at it, just listen to me. Okay, just the suggestion is this: if even if the slide is not clear, listen to me. When you have data with you, when you have managed the entire data, when the whole data is organized with you, now the job is to clearly looking at the data and understanding at the data, that how my data is going to give me one paper, or I can actually logically create more than one paper. Are you getting my point? So is that whole set of data is sufficient enough to just give me one paper? For example, like somebody said example, like for example, I am currently working on understanding the perception of front level employees. Front level employees means I'm working in a hospitality paper. Hospitality means hotel industry paper. Hotel industry data I have collected from XYZ resort. Can't name the resort, okay. And in that, I am trying to understand that whenever there is a new technology implemented in that resort, how the people accept that new technology. Okay, like for example, if some guest check in the resort, okay, so that's a five-star property I'm talking about. Okay, so in many five-star property, many of you must have seen that there is a self check-in. Okay, so when the guest check in the room, they check in, so instead of turning on the switchboard on, there is a sideboard wherein you just need to touch the screen and the lights will turn on, the fans or the AC will turn on, so everything is just touch screen away. Okay, this is the kind of technology hotels are adopting. Okay, only the high end hotels I'm talking about. Okay, that's my sample. Okay, I'm not talking about every hotel, just to be precise, I'm telling you. So I'm working on this kind of resort wherein I'm just trying to understand that whenever hotel try to implement new technology, or whenever hotel try to bring in any new technology, what kind of attitude, what kind of perception does the front level people show or display towards that new technology? Why only front level people? Because they are the one who meets the customer the very first time. Okay, housekeeping comes later, the chef comes later, the manager comes later. It's the first front level people who meets the first one. Okay, so the data I have collected, the literature I have collected, every data, the whole amount of data is sufficient enough to develop 2 to 3 papers for me. Why? One, I can develop literature paper. One, I can develop qualitative paper where I can discuss only the interviews shared by them. One, I can develop quantitative paper where I can just talk about the attitude of the respondents. Okay, so on the basis of the data collected, you need to decide yourself that how much your data is enough so as to produce number of papers for you. Okay, now here we will take a quick 2 minutes break and we'll come back. Okay. Hello, everyone. So we are back. I hope all of you also would did take your stand up break. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. See, I'll just take these breaks in between. I suggest all of you also should start up. Should stand up from your seats and take a break. All those, especially who sits for long, and eventually that turns out to be very bad. But my suggestion is to take these small break. Okay. Now coming back to where we are, thank you so much. Thank you so much for understanding. Thank you so much. Yes, we does help into thesis writing also. If you need suggestions, the number is there in the chat, and keep you can get in touch with us, and the team will suggest assist you. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, somebody has asked me in the chat only, so that this particular slide is for that answer. That how we can, I can name also. Garima Gupta has asked me that how we can write a scientific research paper also. Okay, so this particular this slide is for her only. See, scholars' knowledge, maybe it's not informative to you, but let's not discourage others also. And you don't know what's there in the store in the coming slides also. Okay, so be patient and let's see what's there in the remaining webinar. Okay, so Garima, when you are trying to identify or when you are trying to work on a research paper which is based on the scientific paper, okay, which is based on the scientific paper. uh, when you are working on a paper or data which is scientific in nature, you need to prepare the arguments. Okay, everybody who is working on this particular pattern of paper, you need to see that scientifically what is the pattern coming on. One very important thing needs to understand that when you are working on the scientific paper, you need to see that you are supposed to give the logic behind your statements. You need to give a logic behind in your the comments you are giving, the statements you are giving. See, when you are writing the paper, the research paper, which are either historical in nature or the literature based or management based, okay, you support that paper with your literature, okay, or the data which you have collected. However, when you are working in the scientific based paper, when it is an argument based paper, in that case you need to give the arguments which are logically supported with your data analyzed, the data collected and analyzed. Let's take for example, for instance, you want to understand, see, pay attention. Saminosa, I'll give you a format of a research proposal also. I'll tell you, don't worry. Just remind me in the question and answer session. Let's take an example. You want to understand that a new launched physiotherapy machine, how much it is effective in the patient of a particular disease. Okay, in a patient of a particular disease, of a particular muscle disease or whatsoever. Okay, I'm a particular I'm giving an example of plain science background. Okay, you want to test the efficiency of a particular newly launched machine. Okay, so what you will do is you will do a pilot testing. Okay, since it's a newly launched machine, so you will not have the literature of that machine obviously, but you will have the literature of that disease, that what is the symptoms of that disease, what kind of pain does the patient goes through, what kind of alternative medicines are available, what kind of alternate treatments are available. I'm not a scientific background teacher, so please pardon me or correct me if I'm going wrong somewhere. Okay, and what are the alternate therapies available to the patients. Okay, Why you need to list down all this? Because you're comparing all these with the treatment to be given with that newly launched machine. Okay? Against those treatments which are already being given, you have to give the logical statements by now placing some of the patients which are willingly ready to be treated by that machine, and how much effective that machine is in treating their disease. Then you will record that results and you'll compare that with that and done in the past. Okay, so those newly got the results will be your logic statement, will be your pattern which you have identified. The pattern would be like, I treated 5 patients, they got their pain reduced in 10 minutes. Another 50 patients, they got their pain reduced in 12 minutes. So you are getting a pattern of 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12 minutes. Okay, and the pain is not recurring. That's a logical statement. The pattern is 10 to 12 minutes. So this is the way you need to present your arguments in your research paper when it is a scientific paper. Okay, science based paper. All right, correct me please, or you may add into your further this thing discussion also. Okay, all right. Now comes your drafting of the paper. Now from here, listen to me. Okay, listen to me. Don't, even if the slides are not visible, please don't worry. Please don't take tension that the slides are not busy. First of all those who are planning to um, write a research paper, all those who are willing to write a research paper, firstly you need to define your topic. Now topic and title, okay, topic and title have a difference. Topic is that area which is a broad domain, okay, which is a broad domain which gives various titles to your research papers. So from one topic you can get many titles. For example, employee motivation is a topic to be worked on. Okay, from that topic you can get many titles. Now title is that characteristic name which you give to your research. Okay, understand? Got it? So topic is that wide domain on which or from which you found out or you find out your title. Like many people work in the PhD, they work in my topic of my PhD is marketing strategy. Okay, then they ask you, what is your title? So topic is a wider domain, title is a characteristics name given in your or the name given to your research paper. Okay, that's the difference between topic and title. Please, if you want to note it, please you may note it somewhere. So this is the way. Even if you get your defense question, even if you're getting viva questions, something like this, what is your topic? So don't say your title of the research paper, your topic is the wider one. Okay, okay. Now topic, how to choose that topic? Firstly, it should be your interest. Okay, from where you are coming from. If you are an HR related person, I would suggest please revolve around that only. Don't get influenced that somebody says that no, you can do good better in marketing, or you can do good in some other related topics. Please stick to your interest. Why I'm telling you? Because your interest topics will be helping you to justify your research paper in the later stage in a better way, especially for the beginners. Okay, once that is finalized, now title comes later. Title comes in a very later stage. Once you decide your topic that I want to work on this area, like augmented reality, artificial intelligence, okay, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, digital transformation, these are the talk of the town these days. And people say that I am interested in these topics. Start reading about them. Start reading about them. Okay. What all aspects interests you? What all aspects interests you will help you to write about your base paper. Okay. Like artificial intelligence. Now, you can relate. Now, somebody says that I'm an HR person and I am looking forward to the future of artificial intelligence in HR and how it will impact, right? So, start reading about it. Start reading about it. That firstly, it was outsourcing, which was done in HR, outsourcing of people. Now, outsourcing also has been eliminated. It is artificial intelligence who is taking place in HR. So the role and the importance of human is completely been eliminated. We are no more required. So are we no more required? So there are certain questions when you start reading. These are the questions which should come into your mind when you read. Okay, then you start writing about it. This is the way I'm telling you how to write the paper from the scratch. Okay, with no inhibitions, with no limitations. Don't judge yourself. Don't think that what other will say. Don't think that is it right or wrong. With no inhibitions, with no limitations, start writing about it. Okay, but also thinks that this this should be the need of the hour topic. Now I can't resist taking this topic. So Haas question is, can we take the help of AI to write research paper? Now so Haas, why I couldn't resist of taking this question is because many universities has banned chat GPTs, paper originated from chat GPTs. So I think I have answered these questions. Okay, and I have my team has written that the questions will be taken after the webinar. Okay, but please don't use chat GPTs to write your papers because many universities has already banned it. Okay, and global universities are on the ways to do that. So my suggestion is please don't do that. Okay, now second thing is when you freely write it that this has been done, this has been done, this has been in progress, then you get to know that this is how my paper is supposed to be look like. Okay, all right. Further, this should be your first draft process. Just write. Obviously you are not supposed to bound yourself that I should stop here or I should don't repeat myself. Just a stop. You are not being judged here on the grammar, accuracy, full stop, punctuations. No, nobody is going to check you. Nobody is checking you here. Just write. Okay, all right. Then comes your literature analysis. I'm telling you step by step. Step by step. So first was that you chose the topic. Okay. Topic here we chosen artificial intelligence in HR. Okay. We read about it. Okay. We freely drafted a notes. We freely drafted the notes about it. Okay. Now, topic was artificial intelligence in HR. Now what we will do is literature analysis. Now, artificial intelligence in HR is though not very old paper. However, no, though not very old title. One more paper, one more example I will take for you is, let's take a marketing example. Okay. Let's say you would like to understand that you're very much interested in understanding that how actually people buy products for themselves, right? What actually helps them to buying products for themselves? What are the factors which decides that who will buy what? Is there their income? Definitely. These are some things which comes to your mind before you review the literature only, right? Is this their income? Is this their lifestyle? Is this their education? Is this the place they live? What else comes to their mind before they go to a purchase? You would like to understand that thing. So for this, you start writing. So the topic you would like to consider is that understanding the factors influencing the consumer behavior. Okay. Now, product you may choose. Let's say automobile. Okay. Now you have seen that in India, the number of cars or the gradual increase in the purchase of car has increased, right? So you would like to understand that how the number of influx in the number of cars had increased. So why people are doing so? You'd like to read that. This is the example. First step you have taken, initial draft. Now second step, which is there, literature analysis. In this literature analysis, you have lot of article, right? On in marketing, you have lot of thorough literature is there. Consumer behavior, consumer. Now here it's time to narrow your search. You can't read everything under the universe. You can't do that, right? Now the point is you have to categorize your literature. First thing is you like to understand factors influencing consumer behavior. Second is factor influencing consumer behavior in automobile. Obviously, if somebody is buying automobile, he will have different factors. Then if somebody is buying clothes, right? Or if somebody is buying real estate, why? Because if somebody is buying real estate, he or she may buy for an investment purpose. You don't buy automobile for an investment purpose. So factors may vary. Similarly for clothes also, right? In clothes, you may not invest that much as compared to automobile. In automobile, you may not invest that much as compared to real estate. So in all these three category of products, your factors will vary. So now you know which kind of literature I need to focus on. But there are certain theories and models which are common. So you will study the theories and models of consumer behavior. Okay. So you have to make sure what kind of literature I study. Because there is a tip I'm telling you that majority of the scholars, they waste majorly of their time in literature review. Please don't do that. Okay. So make certain subtopic. You read it, either you highlight what is main extract of that paper which you are reading for your purpose. Make some notes of what is the subheading which you will like to add into your topic, the paper. Do that and draft a literature review for yourself. Okay. Okay. Then here it should be look like your quality research literature review. Another quick tip I'm giving you here, not every research paper should have a very detailed literature review. Okay. If it is a quantitative paper, not necessarily it will be having a detailed literature review. Okay. Quantitative paper needless to have a very detailed literature review. No cut, copy, paste it allowed in literature review. Literature review should not look like a story that you are just writing it endlessly. Okay? To the point, very selective, properly cited. This is the key point of a literature review. And these 3 points are applicable to any of the literature review you talk about, except the PhD one. Because in PhD research, thesis research paper, PhD thesis literature review, you need to elaborate it. But cut, copy, paste, and properly cited is applicable there also. Okay? All right. Now, how you structure the literature review? This is applicable everywhere. So now I'm not telling you just for the research paper. I'm telling you even if those who are writing their thesis for PhD or MPhil or anywhere, categorize your literature review in 3 sections. Especially those who are asking me research proposals format also, for them also it is applicable. Introduction. Introduce your topic here, like in the terms of definition if it is required, why you are doing it. Now, how much you should write here, now you will decide. If it is a systematic review literature paper, then it will be elaborated. If it is a qualitative or a quantitative research paper, obviously it will not be elaborated. If it is a PhD literature review, it's a complete chapter, obviously it will be elaborated. Okay, so the 3 sections are introduction, main body, and conclusion. In introduction, you are just introducing the topic, familiarity. In main body, your important theories, like we talk about factors influencing customer behavior or customer purchasing. So here you will talk about the main theories, the main models. In conclusion, what did you understand by the literature? So literature is not just only about copying. That's why we say that literature review. Literature review. That how did you review the literature? What did you understand by the literature? Okay, your interpretation will also come in the conclusion section. So these 3 sections will come into your literature review, and this structuring is universally applicable. Close your eyes and apply it anywhere. How lengthy it will be, that is your call. If you're writing research paper, divide it as per you. If you're writing PhD thesis, divide it as per you. Okay? Now, just quick tip on the organizing literature review also. See, organizing literature review, I deliberated added here. Why is? Because as I told you, in organizing literature review, you spent considerable time. So by the end of it, what happened is you get a lot of information. So what happened is that how to wrap it up by the end of it. So firstly, as I told you, organizing the data, follow that. And then when you are writing it, when you are actually writing it, then either you can arrange it by the help of chronology of events. That again depends upon what kind of research paper you are writing. If you are showing any evolution in your research paper, like historical evidences, any historical paper you are writing, then you may arrange or organize your literature review with the help of chronology of events. This happens first, or this happened very recent, this happened then, this happened now. Okay, then by publication, most important publication, because most important publication will help you elaborate it that this is the most recent or most highlighted work in this area. Then methodology. Methodology tells you that which way, it is qualitative way or quantitative way, or which way helps you to elaborate on this area in a better way in the previously done researches. Like quantitative approaches of this study helped you to come on this results. Okay, now one another way which I deliberately follow is to organize your literature by arranging them in terms of variable. Okay, you identify your variables when you are writing the research paper. Variables are those factors which you study in your paper. Okay, so you can arrange your literature as per your variables also. Okay, the association between the variables, influence of variables over each other, interaction between the variables, you can do by these way also. Okay, when it comes to how many articles or how many literature should be done for a research paper, if it's a systematic review paper, definitely the number of articles should be more. However, on an average 25 to 30 papers are okay. Again, I'm telling you, it depends upon the nature of your paper. Many a time there is a topic chosen by you on which not much literature is there. So for that, even arranging 25-30 papers is not possible, which are aptly suitable for your research paper. Okay, so on an average 20-25 papers are okay, literature is okay, which, and 20 to 25 which I'm telling you is are mostly suitable. Random papers I'm not talking about. Okay, again, in brackets, nature of your topic and your research paper matters a lot. If it's a purely scientific study and a quantitative paper, less than that also are considered. And okay, even 10-15 are okay to go with. Okay, all right, move ahead. Managing literature, you may do it like, various references are very important in text and in text. You have various software also. Zotero is there, Mendeley is there, even the free version of Mendeley and Zotero is also available, or even their subscription at low prices also there. Very much helpful there they are in managing, especially the ones who are doing their PhD. So what you do is you just manage your literature with the help of these softwares, and by the end of your literature, you just can export your references directly from these softwares. Okay, so this is very helpful in managing your literature. Okay, now very important, topic is done, literature review is done. How to select your research title? Now, the important part for a research paper is your research title plays a very important role in your research title. Research title plays a very important role in your research paper, because that tells the essence of your paper, what your paper is all about. So, very importantly, your research title should be creative plus reflecting your content. Interesting plus your keywords should be there. Keywords reflects that the theme of your paper, what this paper is talking about. For example, a study on identifying the factors influencing or understanding the factors influencing customer behavior. Semicolon. A study conducted in Abu Dhabi region. Very simple. I clearly communicated that I want to understand the factors which are influencing the purchase of automobile or whatever factor. I need not name the product in so and so product in Abu Dhabi. So your title should be able to tell that this is the theme of my paper. Okay. Okay. So okay, this way just be clear. You may frame your title either by the purpose of the research, what do you want to do, Like I just said, understanding the factor. This is the purpose of my research. The type of research, you may say that a qualitative study on so and so, a systematic review on so and so, the method used. So either of them, either of the three aspects which I have listed down can be used to formulate the research title for your research paper. Okay, you may use that. Now, there are a couple of factors which you need to take care before you finalize your topic. What are these? Generally, the word limit is 16 or less, or 18 on an average you may keep. When you are formulating your research title, don't make it like a paragraph. Okay? No jargons, no abbreviations. No jargons, no abbreviations, because as much as we are working on WhatsApp, we are in a habit of typing on WhatsApp. Lot of short forms, lot of jargons and abbreviations we have become in a habit of using. Don't do that, please, especially not your research topic. Keywords. Keywords are a must to be used in your research title, like customer behavior, qualitative study, Abu Dhabi region, okay, employee motivation, change management. These are not the these just a theme of it. Just these are the keywords which are a part of your research paper, which basically are the essence of your research paper. This should be integrally incorporated in your research title. Okay. Then how to write it? Write it as in how to grammatically make it correct. So generally what happen is, either you make it as a term that do not capitalize the functional word like the and the a and it, unless these are the first words of the title, like a study about dot 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 dot. So the a word a should be capital, rest make it all running simple. But if the A is coming in between the title, don't make it capital. That's what I want to tell you. Okay. Also, if your title is starting, the subtitle after the colon is starting with any of these words, then it should be the capital word. Okay. This is also one word. Or you can do that. You can make every letter capital. Every first letter of the word can be capital. Please focus on my cursor. Okay. All right. Now here are some examples of the titles which I have given for you. Okay. Now see, this should be avoided. Here it is the name of the drug. Okay. Here I have given you a better title. This is the main title. I have given you one of the title of my paper. This is the main title. This is the subtitle, which we say. This is the subtitle. The one it is in blue, it is the subtitle. This is the main title. Not necessarily we should have a subtitle, I'm telling you. Not necessarily. Yeah, okay. Writing the region's name is up to your choice. You may write it, you may not. Okay? Okay. How to write the research paper, like the process of it. Firstly, your introduction comes. Now, it's like a format of it. Your introduction is come. Now, here in the introduction is you are introducing your paper to the audience. Your background will come. How your topic is suitable for the audience to read. How your background is suitable for the literature. Okay. An overview of the paper structure comes. Okay, little bit about the previous researches. The main one here, you're not giving the literature, mind it. you are not giving the literature about, you're just giving the background about the research, that whatever the highlights of the main important research had happened in the past, that's it. Important information so that your audience gets interested. Audience as in, if any editor you want to send it, any reviewer you want to, if he or she will get to read about your paper. Okay, all right. So when you introduce your topic, what is the topic is about, why it is important. Okay, I personally, when I start the introduction of any research paper, I personally start with any very generic statement, which is dramatically written. Very generic statement, which is very dramatically written so that it is to catch the audience attention. Okay. But any statement which you are writing, you should have, if you are quoting any number, if you are quoting any statement, it should be supported by properly quoted literature, if it is any facts and numbers. Okay. Okay. Now, when you are writing background of the study in your introduction, what should come in that? What is the problem that you are addressing in the research? What exactly the researcher would like to achieve? What has actually happened in the past related to that study? Okay. If, like, this hypothesis part is, if your study has a hypothesis, then if not, then it's okay. So background of the study primarily focuses on the major aspects of the studies which has happened in the past, important one, wherein you are addressing the problem of your study as well. Okay. Okay. Then you comes to establish your research problem. So basically, this is that aspect on which your entire research paper is being processed. This is the why of your paper. Okay, like, because you have already been through with your literature, you have analyzed the literature well, so this will be identified from that. Like, for example, we talked about that, the customer, sorry, we talked about the customer consumer behavior about automobiles. So you may say that, although a lot of literature has been presented about the factors influencing automobile, but if you are specifically focusing on premium class automobiles, that product has not been focused upon, or Abu Dhabi region has not been focused upon. Okay, or the attitude of the customers has not been focused upon. Okay, so this basically, you will you will present that as a problem, that basically literature although is there, but not much of the focus has been there on this aspect or this area. Okay, all right. After your research problem is done, then you will filter down your research objective. Now basically, your research objectives will pave the way to find out the answers for these objectives with the help of your research paper. Okay, now here, let's say, for example, in the examples of customer behavior towards automobile in Abu Dhabi, you are trying to understand, firstly, what are the factors, okay, influencing the premium class automobile purchase in Abu Dhabi, and what are their attitudinal preferences towards their purchase. So these are your objectives that you want to you want to identify. You don't want to prioritize these factors, understand the difference between the both. You just want to know the factors. Or probably second objectives, you may say that you want to prioritize, you want to list down that which factors according to the customer comes first for them. Let's say in first objective you identified family comfort is important, price is important, quality is important, brand is important, and so on. Now second objective, you want to rate down, you want to give them a rank. So you come out on the basis of your data analysis that according to the customer, brand tops the list, then family comfort, then price, and then so on. So these are your objectives. Okay. Then comes, once your topic done, literature review done, title done, title, comma. One thing I want to done, title you may also decide in the later stages also. Okay. Problem done, objectives done, research method. Now, what is a research method? See, we all construct houses. In house construction, we use various tools, right? So, research methods are those tools only to complete our research paper. Okay? All right. So, basically, how you're going to collect the data, how you're going to analyze the data, how you're going to answer your objectives, how you're going to, uh, you know, give answer to your research problem. All this will come through research method. Okay. Okay. So there are basically two types of, primarily, third I will tell you, there are basically two types of research methods. Let me elaborate like this: quantitative and qualitative. In quantitative, I'm just telling you in a major way, quantitative data tells you on the basis of number which can be analyzed. Qualitative data tells you about the opinion of people, behavioral aspect of the people. Okay. Let's say, for example, here I have given the example, like, did you buy ice cream today? If somebody said yes or no, so this is the kind of data you have collected is quantitative. Now, qualitative data say that, why did you buy the ice cream? So this why cannot be explained in yes and no. So this is a qualitative aspect of the data. Okay. So in quantitative data, you may collect in online surveys, questionnaires. Similarly, for qualitative data, you may conduct interviews, unstructured interviews, questionnaires, open-ended surveys, and so on. One another type of research method is mixed method, where you combine both. Okay, in which both the type of questions will be asked, that did you buy ice cream today and why did you buy ice cream today? Got it? So mixed methods gives you the analysis of quantitative and qualitative both. Okay. However, mixed method is little time consuming, but okay. Now, very, very important, when you are writing the method section of your research paper, please just don't write the theory into it. Okay. That what is qualitative method? Let's say, for example, you have chosen qualitative method for your research paper. Please justify why you have written, why you have chosen qualitative method. How does it answer qualitative, how your qualitative method, or chosen any method, qualitative, quantitative, or mixed method, answers your objective? Because the type of objectives you choose decides your chosen research method, irrespective what is the type of paper. Okay, so whatever is the type of paper you have, your objectives will decide your research methods. Okay, your objectives will tell you that whatever research methods you will choose. So you will have to justify them. You will have to clearly explain what is my method of analysis. Don't just theoretically tell what is this method, this is good or this is bad, this is just in order to explain in the word count, just in order to reach out the word. Don't do that. Why it is suitable for your research. What are the variables you have taken? What are the tests you have taken? This all should come in your method section. Okay. Then comes your data is collected in the method section. It is analyzed. Come results section. Now results section basically tells you that whatever data you have collected and analyzed, what actually it means. So arranging it is in such a manner that whatever findings you have got it, okay, what the audience can understand by it, that is the result section. And how the research question which we, or objectives which we formulated in the introduction section, are answered here, this result will tell. Okay. Okay. Now what is to be included in that? Firstly, make sure that your result should be able to answer your research objectives. Your results section should be able to make sure that your research objectives are answered well. Okay. All the data visualization tool like graphs, pie chart, these are called a data visualization tool. Graphs, pie charts, table, they should be presented in result section. You must have seen in other research paper also that in result section there is a pie chart given. Under that it is written 30% people agree to this statement. Okay, this is your result. Okay, and then 2 or 3 lines you may tell that what does the 30% mean for the general person, for the general people. Okay. Okay, then comes discussion section. Now discussion section basically in general language, general as in the language which you and me kind of person can understand. In general language, the answers to the question of the study, the research problem which we raised, the research question which we raised, can be, the answers to them can be given into this discussion question. That whether, like for example, the problem which we raised that in Abu Dhabi region no such study is being given, so whether this problem has been answered or not, and what this 32% means for people like you and me in detail, it will come here. The overall conclusion, evaluation of the conducted research, what does this research mean in a summary, it will come in discussion section. Okay. All right. So these are 4 important aspects which you can consider in your research paper. However, if you're submitting your paper for the any journal, okay, they also give you the format of research paper, that this should be added in your research paper. Generally, interpretation, implication means how these results are important, limitations, what the results were insufficient to tell, and recommendations of what you would like the future researchers to do or suggest to do. Okay, not necessarily every research paper should have it, because if you're submitting to a research journal, they will tell you that what to add in the research paper. They have their own what do you call as the structure. Okay, so you may have, you if you are for aiming to submit to a particular journal, please follow the structure given by the journal. Okay. Okay, then comes summarizing your key findings. So whatever findings you have got, just summarizing them. Summarizing them as in different findings you have, so clubbing them together, so that overall results indicates that there are 5 factors which influence the purchase of automobile in so and so region, okay, in which family comfort tops the list, like this. Or the data suggests that the inclination of people buying the automobile is influenced by the income they have. Like this, you may write the summarizing the findings. All right. Then comes your implications. See, implications are important not only for research people, for those who are writing the PhD also. Implications are that section which tells you that how your research and its results are important for, firstly, practical implication says that how it is important for people in practice. You know, what about your corporate or industry? Theoretical implication says that how your study has contributed to the existing literature, the literature from which your study belongs to, how it has contributed to that. And many journal ask you to write implications as well. So you may say that you have identified couple of variables, or you have given some theory, or you have given some definitions, or given some new concepts, that ways. Okay. Then comes your conclusion of the paper. So in conclusion, when you're writing, so first is restate your thesis, like whatever thesis slash paper I have written, because it is the same way a person who is doing the PhD can follow that. So it is 2 3 lines for paper, I'm telling you. You may reshuffle that what is your paper is about, then summarize your main pain points, and then conclusion. Okay, so remind your reader what you want to say, paraphrase again, then your main points, and then observations. Okay. Okay, now comes your abstract. What is your study of abstract? Somebody asked me for research proposal also. It's the answer for this question. Abstract is that form which you send to any journal before you send to your paper. If you are considering to send your paper to any journal for the publication, before that, you will send them your abstract. Okay, so it is like a mini paper. That's what I call 1 2 line of sentences, your methods, your results, expecting results, discussions. Like also, this is the draft which you are giving. However, many journals they have a different structure also of the abstract. They tell you to categorize introduction differently, background differently, methodology differently, results differently. All those I have told you. Okay, instead of writing into one paragraph or 250 or 300 words, they want you to write into different paragraphs. Okay, now research proposal is a mini thesis in which you give introduction, snapshot of introduction, literature review of introduction, literature review snapshot, and methodology snapshot, and then discussion snapshot, and different chapters snapshots. Okay. Okay, editing, very important thing. Editing, see, sending the paper, okay, written the paper. What about the spelling check? Obviously it's very important, because these days when we are writing on WhatsApp messages or on computer, we hardly remember any spellings. Receive, believe. If I tell you to write the spellings of receive and believe, I'm sure many of you would flunk in writing these 2 spellings only, right? Tomorrow, because we are not in a habit of memorizing spellings these days, because computer does that service for us, right? So before you send the paper for any journal, kindly do the editing. It's not only about spell check, grammar check, punctuations also. It's about every sentence of yours should convey the right meaning. Okay, Grammarly, Turnitin, they are the softwares which are doing this job very well. Then comes your plagiarism. Now, plagiarism these days is very important aspect to be considered. Plagiarism is something which is like when you are copying somebody's idea, language, or content without acknowledging the source. Like you have copied my work, but you have not acknowledged me, you have not cited my name against your work. Okay, that is called as plagiarism. So question is, if I copy my own content and do not give my name, yes, it is plagiarism. Okay, that is called as self plagiarism. Why? Because many, this is very important question, that's why I raised it firstly. Second thing comes, if I copy the entire content but I cite the source, again it is a plagiarism. You need to rephrase the language. Unless and until it is a definition or it is a quote, like if somebody has said that, like Shakespeare said, what's in the name? So that's a quote said by somebody. You can't change that quote. You can't change its definition. So you need to present it into inverted commas and plus give the source. Third thing is, if I substitute certain words, rest is same. Yes, it is plagiarism. You need to rephrase all. Okay. Okay. So there are certain type of plagiarism. Deliberately, the name itself says that you are doing it intentionally. When you hire somebody to write a paper, they, because they are writing it for you, they don't know how to rephrase it, or but if you are, if you know that the professional person is doing for it for you, then the thing is something else. Okay, copying and pasting that work without citing is deliberately. Patchwork plagiarism is that some work from here, some work from here, some work from here, and then making a entire paragraph. This is patchwork. Bluffing is that uh, you know you read some idea, you read some thing, but you are using it into different context. Okay, see, you say that 40% people are interested in outdoor activities, but 40% people are interested in outdoor activities in US, but you are using that context in India. So that is bluffing. Okay, all right. Paraphrasing. Now paraphrasing is basically how it is plagiarism, when you are just substituting certain words. Understand, see, we need to change the language. We just not need to change certain words, we need to change the language without changing the meaning of it. Without changing the meaning of it. Okay. Okay. Patchwork paraphrasm, as I told you. Mosaic paraphrasm is that you are just using the synonym. Each word you are using the synonym of the author's main work. That is called mosaic plagiarism. Now comes proofreading. Now, proofreading is a must step when you are submitting your research paper or your thesis for the final submission. It is basically finally going through your work, or before you go for a final submission. If there is a grammar check, punctuation check, typo errors, formatting issues, spelling checks. Okay, so if there is any line editing is required. Some long sentences are there, they need to be shortened up. Some spellings are wrong, they need to be shorten up. Some content needs to be redraft, that needs to be edited. So this basically, for this, like for example, research graduate, they do it very wonderfully for this. I've seen the work, they do it very wonderfully for this. So proofreading actually decides the quality of proofreading actually decides the quality of your research work, to be very true. Yes, because even if your work is very nicely done, I have seen paper. In fact, I myself have rejected many papers on the basis of grammar and spell checks. Because if your grammar and spell checks are really, really very badly done, we generally consider that the paper is not of quality. Okay, so please make sure that your grammar and spell checks are considerably rightly done. Okay, and please take the reviews of a paper. Like, you may go to your supervisors, you may go to your faculties and take their opinion, what should be added, what should be omitted, and how I can improve the paper before you go for the final submissions. Okay, once everything is done, get ready for the publication. And before you go for the publications, please make sure that what are the requirements of that journal publications, what kind of formatting they want, what is the structure of that paper they want, what is the referencing style they're looking for. It is Harvard style, APA style, Chicago style, what they want. What is the length of the paper? They want 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 words. They want. Okay. So everything you need to check is not just like, I've written a paper and I'm sending it. No. If you are aiming any particular journal, you need to write that paper accordingly. Okay. I mean, and please make sure double check, because you're sending it and then it is again getting rejected. There's no point. All right. All right. Now we are up for the questions. Okay. What would be the size of a research paper? Mr. Mukul, actually, if you are, as I just, before wrapping up the webinar, I just told you that if you're aiming for a research journal, so they generally tells you that this should be the size of your research paper, like 3,000, 5,000, or even sometimes 10,000 words. Okay. Okay. Please explain the research paper and review paper. Okay. See, review paper basically tells you that when you are reviewing the literature on that particular topic. And in research, you are investigating the primary data primarily on that particular topic, collecting it, analyzing it. Okay. For PhD thesis, if I take idea of already done work, but I'm using it in another area, yes, you may do it. Please discuss more about intro part. Do you suggest including objective and resultant proof in the intro of intro? If you are writing a research paper, Pooja, yes, you may. Your objectives comes into that sections only, and brief about results. The findings, you don't say results, you say the expected findings. In if you're writing a research paper, yes. Okay. In which method I prefer intensity of mobile addiction and hyperactivity? I wish to proceed. Okay, let me read it completely. In which method opted for intensity of mobile addiction and hyperactivity? I wish to process this by quantitative analysis. In this, which type quantitative analysis? Okay, I always say this. If you, what your objectives should be, tell you want to see the correlation between the mobile addiction and hyperactivity, then again it is correlation you want to go said. You want to see the cause and effect, then you can go by regression. Okay. So SNL, whosoever it depends upon that. What is your research objective? That will help if you want to compare the mean within the group or inter and intra group, then it will tell you that T test or F test. So it depends upon that. What is your objectives? Okay. Okay. Suhas has a very valid question that how to choose the uh, what do you call as the language. So when you are writing a research paper, I language does not come in research paper. Okay, generally you write in the third person. When you write into third person, the research paper, you write it into third person language. Okay, so has paraphrase, Palmo, I have just answered this. Okay, I have just answered is from that how you can paraphrase. No, declaration, it is you are doing from Kishore, you are doing it from your side. The copyright certificate is not same. Abstract, I told you, executive summary is not the same thing. Questionnaire, how many questionnaire could be good enough to draft a questionnaire for research paper? See, Pooja, again, I'll tell you, see, when you are drafting a research paper or questionnaire, sorry, keep this thing into mind. You are drafting a questionnaire, firstly, for a third person. Okay, for a third person you're writing. So don't make it too lengthy so that people don't want to answer it. Okay, people don't want to answer it, so don't make it too lengthy. So if your topic is such that you're 15, 20, at max 25 questions in an article, in an article based work, or research paper based work, for which you are designing a questionnaire, are good enough. I mean, any person would be is good enough. Okay. Okay. Sample size in research paper. See, there are various methods for it. Like I told you that there is, like, 10% rule, which I go for the 10%. If you have 1,000 of population, so 10% of it you may go. However, there are various formulas for it. Okay. Some insight to locate variables. When you read your article, the topic of it, the research paper article, as in the literature. Okay, in the on that, you see that around which the data, around which the research is revolving. So understand that is variable. Okay, around which the result is revolving, understand that is variable. Okay, can I get help from other to write paper on my topic person? So that on that I won't answer this. Okay, they're more or less same, Seema. Okay, they're more or less same. They may come, Anil, they may come. Yeah, I have already answered you. All these questions are answered. Now come here. I've seen many people that results and discussions are clubbed in. Yes, yes, yes. They can be. They can be. So has they can. As I told you, see, depends upon where you are submitting. Results and discussions can be clubbed. Introduction and background can be clubbed, and they can be separated also. Right. So it is about where you are submitting it. They can be. See, paraphrasing, yes, basically you need to do it yourself. Bibliometric analysis without, see, qualitative analysis, if you want to do the qualitative analysis, you need to take them into account. Yeah. Yeah. You need to take them into account. See, case study paper basically are focused on one or two entity. When I say one or two entity, either it can be organization, it can be state, you know. So the focus is on particular population, particular organization, to be precise. Research proposal, or sorry, research paper, the approach wider, the approach increases. In case study, you are more focused towards, like, for example, I give you, if I am working on the employee satisfaction of service industry, that is a research paper. If I am working on the employee satisfaction of TCS, that becomes case study. Okay. Mr. Kishore, who has to certify copyrights, that I'm not the right person to ask this. I'm not the, I don't have much information about it. Uh, any, Anil, you may choose any. I generally go forward. Okay, let me take the other question also. Then I'll come down. National education policy. How can you want to select paper for national education policy 2020? There are many literature available on that, Akash. Many of them it's available. Thank you so much. Thank you. How to draft the reference paper? See, reference part. You may choose Mendeley software for that. That's very helpful. Zotero also you may choose, Hema. See, if you, let's say for example, Bhavna, you are choosing Scopus, right? So go on the website of it, any journal. Go on the website of it, check the indexing that they claim we are indexed here. Wherever they claim they are indexed, go on that website, and then see whether they are indexed there or not. Let's say somebody say that I'm indexed in this, the learning organization, this is a journal, okay, they said we are indexed in Scopus. Go on the Scopus website. Every year Scopus give a list of the journals. The learning organization was Scopus index, now it is not. The Excel sheet is there, so you can double check. Okay. Theoretical framework necessary in PhD? Not necessarily. It depends upon your supervisor's recommendation, Raju. Not necessary. However, in literature, I recommend you should give it. Do we need to attend conferences also? Yes, you should. You can. What all sources should be the one we should start our literature review, and how to put a cap on the same? See, Ria, when it comes to sources, I say that journal articles, Forbes articles, HBR articles, they are very good to go with. Conferences, proceedings, they are very good to go with. Sage publications, like I said, journals, they are very good. And when it comes to putting a cap on it, that means if you're going for PhD, so meaningful 100 and 150 to 100 articles, meaningful, I'm saying, they are good to go with. Okay. For freshers, right topic to work on. It's very important, Harshit. How do we paraphrase? Change the language but not the meaning. Does using the author's methodology become a plagiarism as well? No, methodology can be. See, if I'm working on qualitative, you also can work on qualitative. Simple. But the topic should not be the same. Okay, I've seen many people answered. I've answered this. Okay, I am a research scholar. My topic is registered. I want to know that I'm having that my objective related to research. So can I use objective as my title for the article publishing? Okay, and I need to write again. I am a research scholar. My topic is registered. I want to know that I'm having my objective related to. So can I use the objective as my title for? No, you can't use the objective for your title. Can I use AI tool to paraphrase? This will make my work easier, right? Can others reject that I use the title? See, to be very true, Suhas, I generally don't promote the. I am probably you can say that I'm an old school teacher. I generally don't promote the use of AI. So that's your personal call. I would not say that. I comment on this. Yes, the PPTs will be given to you. You may say that I'm an old school faculty. So yes. Where we should knock for yes, RG team can definitely, Shyam Sundar can definitely help you. Feedback link, ma'am. Okay, Yona, you can share it here also, no problem, or you can reach out for the team also for the feedback. If there are any list of authentic publications in the subject, see, Shyam Sundar, I will tell you the way. Go to the go to the Scopus website and they'll tell you they have a list, Excel list, similarly for Web of Science and others also. So they'll give you a list, Scopus, and there you may find the education related journals which are continued, are which are continued for the this thing with the Scopus. Okay. Thank you so much. Paraphrase. Paraphrase. There are many journals which take your paper without cost. Words and language. When you start reading, Sunil, you will come to know that your words have improved. Okay, your words have improved. There are many. If you sample a format of research work, is there are many. There are many. See, Samino, when you would like to work on you would like to compare two groups. When you have two groups in your research, then you use t-test. Okay, just in an easy way, understand like this. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Review paper, you work on the different previous literature review, primarily work on that. In research paper, you collect data, you analyze it. Okay, and we do the article work, or you would have to some for any article publication. On one article we do the article work, or we do have at least same number of paper, then work on the article publication. Please kindly elaborate your question. And again, your sometimes the English don't I don't understand the English. Thank you, Mr. Anil. Thank you. Sure. Data. Pooja, it has been arranged previously also, but we will do it. Siti, please get in touch with the team for this. Okay, team will help you out for this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It was wonderful attending. Thank you, Suhas. Thank you, everyone. How to select keywords? See, I'll give you a tip. See, keywords when you are working on your topic of the research paper, right? So, while working on the topic of the paper, the main highlighted theme of your paper, like your on which you want to work on, becomes your keyword. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. See, depends, Amrita, depends upon the field you're working in. Depends upon the field. See, if I'll tell you anything like, 10 impact factor, it is very high to achieve. For a fresher, you may work lesser than that also. And if your paper is really good, you may achieve that also. And depends upon the field you're working in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. For their response, what kind of background, you need not to, you just have to tell them about the brief about your study. That's it. You just have to tell about the brief of your study, and this is what you are aiming. That's it, nothing much. Thank you. Yeah, please, you may get in touch with me with the team. Need not to disclose many things about your study. No, for applying PhD, need not to have a paper. Mr. Pasha, you can have it with the Google. Google have all these things. Yeah. See, Miss Gayatri, if you say that what is the difference between Scopus and NAS rating, that depends upon, like, for example, if I tell you, for management, NAS Scopus rating is very important, right? For management, this thing is very important. NAS is important for science journals. Okay, so that depends upon that which field you are from. If you are from science, so you for you NAS rating is important. Okay, it basically tells you the quality and the impact factor of articles, mainly for science papers. For science, yes, NAS is important. For PhD article published, one or two review paper enough for work on article publishing? No, I think you should have more than that. Or please, for this HJB rocks, consult your supervisor. Consult your supervisor. You should have more than this. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Selvi. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Same to you. Thank you so much. Okay. So the next webinar will be on research paper publication. That will be after 2 weeks. So every alternate week we have our research webinar. So the next paper will be on research paper publication. That will be after 2 weeks. Okay. And it'll be sent to you on your registered email ID and your WhatsApp. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. Sunil, I think you have missed this question thrice. Again, I'll tell you, in research paper, you basically analyze the collected data. In review paper, you work on the previously published data. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please don't miss the next coming webinar in 2 weeks. That is research paper publications. And I think in that, we'll sort out all the queries related to your publications. Okay, so let's meet in the coming 2 weeks. All right, thank you so much everyone. Thank you, we'll meet. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Can article published in journal by the same author be reused in the PhD research article? PhD research article for publication? No, one published article may not be again published. Okay, yes, please wash hands everybody. Yeah, please. Okay. Yes, the team has also already said, please, next will be on research publication in the next 2 weeks. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. See you in the next 2 weeks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See ya.